Hello, my name is Kira, and we are going to read some poetry together, and I'm hoping that I send you fast asleep with some soft-spoken poetry and book triggers, ASMR book triggers. You'll have the soft sound of my voice and the sound of my fingertips on the book, my nails on the book, and sounds of pages turning. So relax, tuck yourself into bed, please. Get nice and warm and soft and cozy, and let us read some Irish poetry together. Okay, I know it's very dark. I hope that helps you sleep, though. The book is upside down. That's not going to be any good. This one is called Last Journey, and it's by James Montague. We stand together on the windy platform. How crisp the rails running out of sight through the wet fields. Carney, the station master, is peering over his frosted window. The hand of the signal points down. Crowned with churns, a cart creaks up the incline of Main Street to the sliding doors of the co-op. A smell of coal. The train is coming. You climb slowly in, propped by my hand to a seat, back to the engine, and we leave, waving a plume of black smoke over the rushy meadows, small hills and hidden villages, Beara, Carrickmore, Pomeroy, Fintona, place names that sigh like a pressed melodeon across this forgotten northern landscape. Oh my Gideon, that is beautiful. I haven't read all of these poems, and I'm not choosing them based on anything. I'm just opening up a page and seeing what we have. So, I have not met that poem before, and I have to say I find it so beautiful. Please don't worry, I'm not going to get too close to these candles. I don't want my hair set on fire. That would be really shockingly awful. By the way, this book is called Modern Irish Poetry, an Anthology, edited by Patrick Crotty. And I'll pop a link down to it below, or to it down below. I'm going to read another poem by this poet because I think it's really lovely. Small Secrets. Where I work out of doors, children come to present me with an acorn, a pine cone, small secrets, and a fat grass snail who uncoils to carry his world house over the top of my table. With a pencil, I nudge him back into himself, but fluid horns unfurl, damp tentacles, to probe, test space before he drags his habitation forward again on his single, muscular foot. Rippling along its liquid self, creating path. With absorbed animal faces the children watch us both. But he will have none of me. The static angular world of books, papers, which is neither green nor moist, only to climb around, over as with restless glistening energy he faces at full tilt over the ledge onto the grass. All I am left with is between pinecone and acorn, the silver smear of his progress, which will soon wear off, like the silvery galaxies, mother of pearl motorways, woven across the grass each morning by the tireless snails of the world, minute as grains of rice, gross as conch or triton, bequeathing their shells to the earth. Oh, that is beautiful. I must look more into this poet, because those are both really shockingly beautiful poems. But let's try some anew. This one that I've come upon is called Snow, which seems fitting. This is by W.R. Rogers. Out of the grey air grew snow and more snow, soundlessly, in nonillion of flakes, commingling and sinking negligently to ground, soft as froth and easy as ashes, alighting, closing the ring of sight, and silting it augmented everything, furring the bare leaf, blurring the thorn, fluffing, too, the telephone wire, paddling all the paths and boosting boots and puffing big over rims, like boiling milk, meekly indulging the bulging hill. And boldly bolstering the retiring whole until it owned and integrated all. And then snow stopped, disclosing anonymity, imposed the blank and blotless sea in which both dotted tree and dashing bird were sunk, and anchored ground and rocking grass engrossed. And soon the knock and hiss of cistern ceased, as gradually with inklings and wrinkling strings of ice the thickening cold anchored the skin, and slow core of water gluing and glossing all leaks, niggling or grate, naked or guarded, like snotters of ice at the tap's snout hung, jagged and stiff like straw ends this hard morning. At every vent things hesitated, here, in conforming holes and huts, the shy creatures shrank from issuing and rooting together, stood arrested and irresolute at doors, peppering with peepings the surprising fields, fox in knoll, fowl in house, heifer in hovel, only the bull, dubious and delicate, stalked in his paddock, distrust spiking his blind steps, his spinning eye, his smoked glances glinted and tilted. His horn gored and scorned the ground, and scored the oak, and fans of vapour jetted and jumped stiffly from nostrils, incensing the loose snow like smoke and powdering his knees. Noisily on the sleeked lake onlookers lingered in ring, round the single and deferent skater, leaning over in flight like grass slanted by wind, foot engrossed, locked in his own looking-glass of conscious joy and evident finery of movement, forgetful of outer voices, forgetful of venom, of fame, of laughter, of flouting evil and of touting good, that waited woodenly for him like tormentors at the edge and edge of his dream. That was at the end and edge of his dream, to waken and claim him. So he slid on as we all do, forgetting the morrow, forgetting too the marrow of water in the bone of ice, like the worm in the wood. The liquefaction and friction in all fixed things, virtue and vice, the bomb, domanial in the dome of blue. That in my view, was really beautiful. It was really joyful to read. There's a lot of alliteration in this, and a lot of rhythm in each of the sentences. It's just so pretty. So pretty. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? This is called A Christmas Childhood. Let's see, who's it by? Oh, this is by Patrick Kavanagh. Huh. He's the man who wrote On Raglan Road, which is a song that many an Irish person or Irish adjacent knows. Actually, all Irish people know this song. But he was a poet. In fact, he didn't write the song, I should say he wrote the lyrics. So, A Christmas Childhood by Patrick Kavanagh. One side of the potato pits was white with frost. How wonderful that was. How wonderful. And when we put our ears to the paling post, the music that came out was magical. The light between the ricks of hay and straw was a hole in heaven's gable. An apple tree with its December glinting fruit we saw. O you, Eve, were the world that tempted me to eat the knowledge that grew in clay, and death the germ within it. Now and then I can remember something of the gay garden that was childhood's again. The cracks of cattle to a drinking place, a green stone lying sideways in a ditch, or any common sight, the transfigured face of a beauty that the world did not touch. My father played the melodeon outside at our gate. There were stars in the morning east, and they danced to his music. Across the wild bogs his melodeon called to Lennons and Callans. As I pulled on my trousers in a hurry, I knew something strange had happened. Outside in the cow house, my mother made the music of milking. The light of her stable lamp was a star, and the frost of Bethlehem made it twinkle. A water hen screeched in the bog. Mass-going feet crunched the wafer ice on the potholes. Somebody wistfully twisted the bellows wheel. My child poet picked out the letters on the grey stone. In silver, the wonder of a Christmas townland, the winking glitter of a frosty dawn. Cassiopeia was over, Cassidy's hanging hill. I looked, and 3 wind bushes rode across the horizon, the 3 wise kings. An old man passing said, "Can't he make it talk?" The melodeon. I hid in the doorway and tightened the belt of my box-pleated coat. I nicked 6 nicks on the doorpost with my penknife's big blade. There was a little one for cutting tobacco, and I was 6 Christmases of age. My father played the melodeon. My mother milked the cows. And I had a prayer like a white rose pinned on the Virgin Mary's blouse. Oh, that's so pretty. That is just so, so, so pretty. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I hope that that has been enough to send you into a restful repose. If not, there will be another video of mine that will pop up on your screen. Another poetry reading with a dark video. So, by all means, click on that if you need extra comfort and extra sleepiness. And if you enjoyed this, please click like, please subscribe, and leave a wee comment. And if you don't know what to say, just put a little book emoji or a little candle emoji, or just a hello will do just nicely. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you join me again soon, and I'll be back with more poetry readings in a soft, wee voice to send you off to sleep. So, good night. So, good night from me and my little candle, and I hope you sleep well.